Hello everybody, Tyranno here, and welcome back to the Seek and Destroy dev server. And today we're going to be taking a look at the pack vehicle, the Leopard 2A4M. And this is coming in at rank 7, battle rating 11.3. Like I say, it's a pack vehicle and it costs about £60, so this is a rather expensive vehicle. And as you can see, it's basically a 2A4 that's been upgraded, and this is a variant that was used by the Canadians. So one of the big changes is that it now has access to a much better APFS DS rounds, the KEW. 569mm penetration, 500 metres, 99mm more than the previous DM33. And you've got your standard HeatFS shell as well. And as for the gun itself, it's got a reload rate of 7.8 seconds. It's got a 2-plane gun stabiliser, 24 degrees targeting speed in horizontal, 22 degrees in the vertical. Gun has got optics of 4x to 12x zoom. Commander's got 2x to 8x zoom. You've got thermal vision devices for the gunner, commander and driver. And you can fit slat armour and mine protection on the vehicle. That will increase the weight but also the protection. Well, the slat armour will definitely increase protection, especially around the rear of the tank. The mine protection probably won't be all that useful because obviously mines aren't in the game, so it's only going to be if a player shoots an explosive down there that is going to be any relevance. You can also fit a camouflage net for, some passive concealment. The armour is a little bit more improved. So you've got these composite screens which are good for against HeatFS shells. The ERA armour is a little bit improved. It was said in the dev blog it was going to be nearer to 2A7 standard. And you can see it's a lot less boxy compared to the original tank, especially with those composite screens being added. It's got a top speed of 42 miles per hour on 8 gears and a reverse speed of 19.2 miles per hour on 4 gears. And you've got your standard crew of 4, and your commander can also fire the main gun. So we'll take this out for a quick test drive just to see how it performs, test out that new shell. So we'll test out the new shell first. So I've managed to take out all of those tanks in one hit, except for the T-64A. The T-90M I have struggled with in the past in previous testing with this. So there we've managed to do a decent amount of damage, but it's a bit hard to get one-hit kills on it. But we managed to get a 2-hit kill, so, pretty good. I'm going to quickly try and take this up to its top speed, see how long it takes. We'll try and do it on some muddy terrain, because that's probably more, what players are going to be playing on. So we're already up to 28 miles per hour, still accelerating. Top speed is 42 miles per hour. Might not get to that top speed because we're on muddy terrain, but as you can see, we're going at a fairly decent speed, and we're pretty much almost at the top speed, so I think we will make it. Got to 40 miles an hour, 41, or can we quite get to 42? And 42. We're just at the braking. So it brakes pretty fast as well, and just test it out in reverse. Yep, pretty much reached our top speed in reverse fairly quickly. Just get out of the built-up area. Test out spinning on the spot. So, turns pretty quickly. Though the turret doesn't quite seem able to keep up with the turn rate of the tank, or it's just slightly glitched. I'm not entirely sure which. I think it's probably just the turret rotation speed can't keep up. There's our 2 smoke grenades. So, provides a fair decent amount of concealment there. And here is the thermal vision. So that's what that looks like. Can we change the colour scheme? Yep, can a little bit, but I prefer it in the other mode, to be honest. And so yeah, that is the Leopard 2A4M. So we'll take this back to the hangar. And so that is the Leopard 2A4M. Now, bear in mind, this is a 11.3 vehicle. The original 2A4 was a 10.3. So even though you have got a whole bunch of upgrades, you are also going up against a whole bunch of new and more powerful tanks. So how they'll actually perform against the newer tanks is, I haven't been able to test it out in battle, but we'll have to see how that works out when it is released on the live server. And while, of course, it has got a much better shell, it is still a little bit hamstrung by the fact it's using the smaller gun, the length 44, not the length 55. But it should still be able to hold its own pretty well. And of course, like I said at the beginning, I'm not entirely sure if this armour has actually been fully modelled yet, so we'll have to see how that performs when it's introduced into the game as well. But yeah, it seems like a decent enough vehicle. Definitely not worth £60 in my opinion, but that's because I don't really spend much money on buying premiums, to be honest. So those of you who play Ground Battles may disagree with me on that. Anyway, just a quick video looking at the Leopard 2A4M. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Hopefully you'll join me for the next one. I've been Tyranno, and I'll see you next time.